You are trying so hard to build a good life, a stable, secure, responsible life. You make the sensible choices, you follow the proven path, you avoid any unnecessary risks. And that might be the very reason you feel like you're not really living at all. Have you ever had that feeling? A strange sense that you're in the background character of your own story. Life is happening, things are moving forward, but you're just there, following a script written by someone else. By the end of this, you understand why the most interesting, most authentic parts of yourself are often hiding in the very places you've been taught to. And we'll explore how you can start to find them, not by tearing everything down, but by making one small crucial shift. Think about a major choice you've made in your life. Maybe it was what you studied in school, or a job you accepted, or even a city you moved to. You probably did the smart thing. You made a list of pros and cons. You listened to practical advice from people you trust. You looked at the future and chose the path that seemed the most secure, the most efficient. And in doing so, you were building something, like an engineer building a dam to create a large, calm, predictable reservoir. Each sensible choice is another stone in their wall. The goal is to actually stop the chaotic, unpredictable rush of the wild river and create a placid, manageable lake, a source of stability. And it feels good. It feels responsible. You've created safety. But have you ever stood at the edge of that calm, predictable reservoir you've built? It felt a deep, unsettling stillness. The water is safe, yes. It's predictable, but it doesn't move. It doesn't carve new canyons. It doesn't have a current. And that quiet sense of emptiness, that feeling of being like a character in your own life, is the hidden cost of playing it safe. The paradox of control. The more perfectly you manage your life, the less life you feel you have. We build these dams because we're afraid of the river. We are taught that natural flow is dangerous. And think about it. A river's nature isn't to be a still lake. Its essence is movement, flow, exploration. It's meant to bump up against rocks, to be forced into new channels, to sometimes rush and roar, and other times meander slowly. The frictions, the obstacles, the so-called risk, that is what gives the river its character. It's what carves the landscape and creates life along its banks. But we've been taught to dam the river at every turn. That impulse to try something new, something you're not good at, that's an unpredictable current. And so you dam it up with the thought, that's not a productive use of my time. The desire to speak your mind, even if it might be uncomfortable to others, that's a turbulent patch walled off with the need for comfort and harmony. That quiet wish to pursue a passion that has no clear career path, that's a detour that leads away from the main reservoir. So block it off, because it's not efficient. We even look at other people's reservoirs, these big, impressive lakes of success, and we try to copy their blueprint. We identify with their dam, their structure, their outcome. We say, I will be that kind of lake, instead of discovering where our own river wants to go. And after years of this, we look at our perfectly still, perfectly safe life and wonder why we feel so empty. We forget that our nature isn't to be contained, but to flow. So if you're new here, I'm Dennis, and I like to explore everyday things with a curious mind. And this feeling, this sense of being placid lake, when deep down you feel like a river, is one of the most common yet unspoken struggles there is. The realization is this: your personality, your true character, isn't a destination you reach by making all the right choices. It's not about a static thing you find, like a stone at the bottom of a lake. It is a unique winding path your river carves as it moves through the world. It's shaped by the rocks it has to navigate, the unexpected turns it takes, the moment it runs wild and free. The dry seasons and the floods. The cost of always playing it safe isn't just boredom. It's the slow fading of your own nature. You can't discover who you are if you never test your own currents. The solution isn't to blow up the dam. That's terrifying, and it's not the right answer. You've built a life, and that stability has value. The answer is to learn how to open a small gate, just a little one, to intentionally let some of the river flow. So, where do you begin? It starts by listening for the current. That little internal nudge you feel, the one you usually dismiss as impractical or risky, that's the river asking to move. And you don't need some dramatic life-altering event to feel alive. You don't need to wait for a zombie apocalypse to find out what you're made of. You just need to give yourself permission to make a choice that isn't based purely on efficiency or safety. Maybe it's taking a different route home from work just to see something new. Maybe it's starting a hobby you know you'll be terrible at, simply for the joy of trying. Maybe it's saying yes to an invitation you'd normally decline because it feels uncomfortable. These are not grand gestures. These are small releases. Each one lets a little more of your natural current flow, carving a path, revealing your character one ripple at a time. Stop trying to be the perfect still lake. Look at the life you've built and ask yourself, where, just for a moment, can I let the river run? Until next time, stay curious.
Stay playfully curious.